This is JENNX Talks, the clarity hit for high capacity leaders scaling with soul. I'm Jennifer Flynn, strategic advisor, master metaphor wielder, and unapologetic truth teller for founders building what's next. Around here, we trade performative productivity for presence. We rebuild it real so that your business reflects your actual energy, not just your old ambition. If you've built the thing and now it's time to align it, let's talk. Welcome to episode 2, Why Your Client Journey Isn't Converting, and It's Not What You Think. You've tweaked the offer, upgraded the opt-in, hired the strategist, built all the marketing, but the traction still feels off. The numbers aren't matching the energy you're putting in. Before you throw another tactic at it, let's look under the hood, because it might not be your client journey that's broken. It might be your capacity. We've been sold the same story over and over again. If your funnel isn't converting, it's your offer, your copy, your call to action. And listen, sometimes it is. But for high capacity founders like you, it's usually deeper than that. The real breakdown often isn't in the structure. It's in the frequency beneath it, what I call your energetic infrastructure of the business. You can have the best tech stack, the best conversion map in the world, the best client journey, from discovering you to finding who you are, to getting in touch with you, to converting to becoming a paid customer or client. But the way you're moving through it, is it rushed? Is it resentful? Is it disconnected? Your audience feels that. Humans can smell misalignment, even when the messaging is perfect. Even if you don't believe in energy or you think this is a little too woo-woo, I promise you, there's an impact. You've walked into a room where you can feel the tension, that you could cut it with a knife. You've walked into a room where you can feel the elation and anything in between. Your body knows the difference. Your gut instinct, your internal compass knows the difference. Let me paint it this way. Imagine your aligned client journey as this beautiful series of pipes designed to move energy, aka attention, trust, and conversion from point A to point B. But if you've got small, invisible cracks in those pipes, that energy leaks before it ever lands. Now, those cracks can show up looking like overscheduled founders who rush through content, who rush through building messaging, who rush through those initial conversations with prospective clients or buyers. Misaligned offers created to fix cash flow instead of serve the mission. Sales calls that actually feel like proving instead of inviting. Lead magnets built from somebody else's blueprint, not your lived voice. The leak isn't in your strategy. It's in the frequency with which you're executing it. A past client came to me after trying everything. She'd hired great copywriters, built this stunning website. She had the lead magnets, or the freebies, we sometimes call them. She had the follow-up flow, the whole 9 yards, but it wasn't converting. So when we dug in, the issue wasn't the structure, it was the tone. She was saying the right things, but the undercurrent was strained. She was writing while exhausted, showing up on stories with this subtle dread, pushing out strategy that didn't reflect her current wisdom, just her past mentors. Her aligned client flow was leaking energy before it ever got a chance to connect. She was not quite aligned with what she was offering, and that energy was also showing up in how she talked about it and when she would connect with people about it. Once we cleaned that up, her conversions increased without changing any offers. It isn't about working harder. It's about getting really honest about how you're working and what's actually behind it. Ask yourself, where am I leaking energy in my business right now? What parts of my client journey still reflect an old version of me? And if I built this pathway based on my current clarity, what would shift? This is where alignment flow starts to begin. Your business isn't just a structure, it's a container. And that container can only hold what your internal capacity is ready to receive. So if you've built in a season of depletion, emotional, energetic, or strategic, your system won't allow in more until it feels safe and steady to hold it. That's why the best conversion strategy that I know is this: do less, but do it from a grounded, clear place. People don't want perfect funnels. They want to feel resonance. And resonance doesn't come from urgency, it comes from truth. What do you really want to say? What would be the path based on now? Get really honest. I want you to take 5 or 10 minutes to voice note or journal this. Where is my energy out of integrity with what I'm inviting in? Where is my energy out of integrity with what I'm inviting in, or who I'm inviting in? Then I want you to follow with, if I cleaned up my frequency or my energy before trying to fix my strategy, what would shift? This is where your conversions begin to shift, not from more effort, but from cleaner alignment. The best strategy in the world isn't going to serve you if where your head's at is in the trash. So next time, we're going to talk about the secret shame of success. That moment that you realized you've scaled something and now you don't want to hold it. We're going to unpack how you rewire your relationship to responsibility, freedom, and your business's emotional footprint. That's episode 3. The business is bigger, you're smaller. Now what? It's going to hit. So that's it for this one. Your strategy is not broken, but your clarity, that's the multiplier. Thanks for being here, for choosing to lead with more truth and less noise. I'll catch you on the next drop.